Hey, Danielle Lynn here. I noticed that a lot of people have tapped in on one of my videos that is the 10 signs that your loved one might be getting near the end of life. And I did put a little pamphlet on PayHip, but I really drives me crazy when I want information and I go to a video and they don't give it and then they want money for it. So, in this case, since I think it's a really vital part of hospice, I'm going to share with you some of the signs and symptoms that you might not hear about. Like, hospice is overwhelming from the beginning to the end. It's a journey, and you just think, that your loved one will possibly die in their sleep or whatever. And I don't know if I can go through all 10 in my head, but I did list them, and I'm going to make a more pleasing to the eye pamphlet, so I can give you all the different situations I've seen. So the number one sign, it could start in a plethora of ways, but I'm going to give you the signs, okay? So when your loved one is getting near death, they won't engage as much anymore, or they might become drowsy and not arousable, or may only be able to say a few words. Once they get to this point where this is what we call transitioning, once they get to the point where they're not really conscious, this is when you want to be administering the morphine as prescribed, because your loved one is going to start breathing slower, okay? And they're going to have that air hunger, which could make them anxious, that's why you have morphine and you have lorazepam in your comfort kit. That lorazepam is for the anxiety. So you do definitely be given the morphine as recommended. And if that's not working and your loved one still seems uncomfortable, you need to call so we can get the morphine, increase the dose or the frequency. Now, I usually tell loved ones the troubles I've had in the kitten, you get a little cat hair in your mouth. Anyway, so one thing that really is difficult for families is what the death rattle is, which is basically secretions that build up in your loved one's mouth. And that's because all of their organs are starting to shut down, even their brain, and they're not swallowing. They're not suffering because you can still hear them breathing. It's just making you crazy hearing that because you think they're suffering. That being said, that's why the hyoscyamine